Mary can always learn anything. 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 Annoyed yet? When I was in middle school, I had a teacher tell me that in order to memorize anything, all you had to do was repeat it 30 times in a row. That was just 10 times. I now know that this repetition is called rehearsal, and it's still something that I use to this day for college tests, notes, and just day-to-day life. I wish I could tell you the teacher's name, but I don't remember it. I guess I should have rehearsed that more. So, what is memory? How does it work? And why are some memories kept and others left? Memory, according to the American Psychological Association, is the ability to retain and recall information or past experiences based on the learning, retention, and retrieval processes. There are 3 stages to memory. The first is the sensory stage. This is where external stimuli is kept for anywhere from 1/4 of a second to 4 seconds, depending on the type of stimuli. Then it's forgotten. Short-term memory is where you consciously keep information and lasts less than a minute. Long-term storage. These memories can last anywhere from a few minutes to a lifetime. In an introduction to the science of learning by Penn State, they stated that there is no known limit to the capacity of long-term memory. So after learning about the stages, you may be wondering, what is the process of moving memory from one stage to another? Memory has 3 processes. Encoding is how information is compressed and changed so that it can be transferred from one storage to another. Storage is where information is kept when it's not currently being used. And retrieval is actively recalling information that's been stored. So you can see there's sensory input, and that encodes it and puts it into sensory storage. Once you pay attention to it, that attention encodes it and transfers it to short-term storage. Then it's also encoded and put into long-term storage, where memories can be retrieved. So while understanding where and how memories are kept, the big question is, why are some memories kept and others forgotten? I said that any sensory information that's not paid attention to is automatically lost. After that, there are 5 main theories of forgetting. Short term, there's trace decay. This is where unrehearsed memories are just lost. Displacement. Remember that short-term memory has a limited capacity, so any new memories that you are trying to remember replace old ones. From long-term memory, there's retrieval failure. This causes things like tip of the tongue, where you can't remember common words like door, or where you forget the name of a friend when you've known her name for months now. Interference is how new memories or thoughts can interfere or replace aspects of old memories. Consolidation is the stabilization of neural connections after the process of encoding. The 5th theory of forgetting, the last one from long term, is a lack of consolidation or decay. This is the degradation of these neural connections or errors in the stabilization process. So how do we avoid forgetting? The answer is mnemonics. Mnemonic is any trick that can help you remember. Remember when I said Mary can always learn anything? That's a mnemonic I made up to help you remember the 5 most common mnemonics according to Psych Central. This is music, songs, and rhymes, like 30 days have September. Chunking, and this is where you take large topics and you break it down into smaller areas. In an article about how to study effectively, the International Journal of Surgery of Oncology states that chunking allows you to move between ideas, which consolidates them and makes them easier to recall at a later time. Always stands for acronyms and acrostics. This is where you take the first letter of the different words to create either a whole new word or a different phrase, like Mary can always learn anything. L is for Loki. This method is where you visualize locations of things, either where they would be in the real world or where you can just imagine them in your head. Anything is for association. This would be like meeting somebody and their name is Rose, and you think, oh, they have red hair. Roses are red. That is an association that you can make between the two that will help you remember later. This model puts everything together. Now that you understand what memory is, how it works, as well as some ways the information is lost and how to prevent this loss, I hope that you will remember that both you and Mary can always learn anything. Thank you.